You guys are going to learn a lot on this video, so make sure you watch it to the end. Like, what's the most optimal way to train? Does anyone know? Does anyone have a real clear answer? Well, I think the one person that I would believe in is Hani Rambod. Hani Rambod has the most Mr. and Miss Olympia titles under his belt. He's coached the greatest athletes in our sport. I think he's the GOAT for gurus. He's my pick, at least. But I think Hani is miles ahead of the other guys. I'm going to listen to what Hani says when Hani's talking about training and nutrition.
There's a lot of programs out there, and it's always really tough to know where to start. In modern bodybuilding, there's three main approaches. There's the I'm going to learn every single detail approach. There's the I'm going to turn around and really try to fuck shit up and lift as much as I can approach. And then there's the combination of let me try to make sure I get stimulation without complete and total annihilation.
And most guys think like this. They think, hey, if I'm not sore the next day, or if I can't walk the next day after my leg workout or lift my arms after my shoulder workout, then I didn't do a good job training and I should probably train that muscle again. And that's just not the right approach at all. So many people misunderstand what training hard is and training smart is.
Beginning of every person's bodybuilding journey, they tend to go from one extreme to another. As you become more seasoned or you find a good coach, you'll realize that the balance is always in the middle. The best approach is the one with balance. You want to balance the reps, the sets, the weight. It's all about time under tension. That's what's going to get you to grow. And in bodybuilding, to try to create the maximum illusion, it's all about maximizing blood flow.
Time under tension, maximize blood flow. Do I not say that on this channel? Almost every video I do about training, the heavy weight, yes, it's important, right? You have to have moderate weight, but not to the point where you are hurting yourself and you're not able to show up again the next week and do it all over again because you hurt yourself or you overtrained and you're too sore or, you strained something or you're too achy. It's all about longevity. You're not going to figure this out in your first couple of years bodybuilding. I promise you. And if you do, you're ahead of the game. You're way ahead than 99% of the people. There's a learning curve. And once you get over that learning curve and finally you realize what works, it's going to change again. So you've got to continue to adapt. And the guys that get the most results and are the best bodybuilders in the sport are the ones that evolve and they adapt. You can't be stuck in your old ways. You can't do one thing all the time the same way.
People ask me all the time, what's more important, the amount of weight, the intensity, or the form? It's honestly all of the above. You have to balance out all three. I came up with FST7 training because I felt that there was a need for intensity through remote training. Many people think that intensity is just picking up large amounts of weights and just screaming. It doesn't work just like that. It's a matter of controlling that weight, especially when you're really trying to be able to take your body to a whole nother level.
So important what he just said. And if you guys didn't hear it or understand it, play it again. I know it's simple, but really focus on what he just said. It's not always about the weight. Now, obviously we know you can make the exercise harder and more intense by increasing the load, but we don't always want to do that. We want to make it more intense by slowing down the reps, okay? Maybe a 2 count, 3 count on the eccentric or concentric part of the movement. You could change the range of motion, you could change the angle, drop sets, supersets. There's so many ways to make an exercise more intense than just increasing the weight all the time. Maximizing the load, stressing your joints, tendons, and ligaments.
Athletes were training really intensely while I was with them for the 1 or 2 hours every day. But then when I would fly back home, I realized that the intensity would drop off. So to be able to emulate that, what I did was created a training system that would maximize the intensity even when I wasn't there. What's going to get you that 3D look, that rounder, fuller muscle belly, it's about how you increase intensity. And that's why I created FST7, because what I did was create rules to increase intensity and ways to increase intensity with the short rest periods, but also adding in partial reps, forced reps, and negative.
And I can't stress enough to you guys, my physique transformed when I started doing those things. The forced reps, the controlling the negative, the partial reps, like really, literally no jerking, no momentum, nothing. Just my muscle contracting as if I was posing the muscle with a weight in my hand. There's nothing like it. Like, you're going to be drained after your workouts. Not only are your muscles going to be drained, but here, because you're focused so hard on contracting that muscle each rep, making sure you're perfecting each rep in each set, every workout. You do this week after week after week, your body just goes like this. Your results just go through the roof. Now, that's when I started to take off. My muscle belly started to round out. They were getting fuller. I was just exploding through the skin. Like, there was a huge difference in my body when I started to do these little things. I knocked it at first too, and I was like, what is this crap? Just trying to sell some BS to someone. It works. I tried it the minute he came out with those DVDs with Phil Heath and Jay Cutler on it, and I was like, this sucks. Years later, I was like, you know what? FST7 is what I've been doing. I should just follow this. This works really well because I'm doing it, and I didn't even realize I was doing it. I want you guys to try this, apply what Hani's talking about, and please let me know. I would love to hear what you guys think of applying this type of training. And if you've done it before, go back and try again. Maybe it'll work this time. Your body's always changing. You've got to be open to suggestions and